another one.
What's a low level IT role to start out in, and what qualifications would you need? All right. So I'll say when I started in the tech field, so I started off in technical support, right? Um, I was doing technical support for a web hosting company, and pretty much I would answer calls and help customers. There was a variety of things, right? So it would either, like, let's say they're a new customer, I'd help them set up their DNS to have their website name, their domain name point over to our web hosting platform. I would help them set up their emails. I would help them troubleshoot whatever issues that they might be having. Some customers were like a little bit more advanced, where they would have to set up like MX records or A records or CNAME and stuff like that, right? So that is a to me, like, that's kind of low level, because they take you through training and stuff like that, but also there, like, because there were some people who started off in customer service as well, who were like handling billing and stuff like that, and then they were able to transition over to technical support as well, right? So if you are able to get to if you're able to get to, I don't need the clock for this one. If you're able to get to at least like to a tech company, right? Then you're always able to get closer to people in there, and looking forward to transition and stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be a tech company in particular, right? Because even in like healthcare and stuff like that, if you were to, like, let's say you're working in a healthcare field or whatever field that you might be working in, if there's an IT department there, you can always, networking and talk to them, say, hey, like, it's all like, there's a big component of networking as well, right? It's like, and that's why I always tell people, if you're in a position, then you want to be able to reach out to the people who are in those positions, so that you say, hey, I'm interested in this, like, what would it take for me to be able to work in this department, whether it's maybe it's tech support, or maybe it's the help desk. Help desk is somewhat of a starting out role as well. It just depends, because there might be the help desk who helps support the the tech for the company and stuff like that. So I'd say tech support, help desk, things like that. Sometimes even customer service. To me, it's like I would also focus on getting into a company that has an IT department, which pretty much all companies do now. But some IT departments are a lot smaller than others. But I would say focus on that, right? Get into a company and network with the tech people, with the IT team. And once you actually get that position in tech, then you can start to leverage those connections and see, okay, what do I need to learn? Where do I want to go from here? So many people, to me, one of the biggest problems is that so many people, they don't have a way in, and so they don't know what they actually need to learn. But connecting with the right people, getting a job in a tech field or tech adjacent field, then you can start saying, okay, now this is the pathway that I'm going to build, and this is what I need to focus on learning. And in that way, you also have a mentor in that field as well, in that company as well. One of the questions that I learned from the book Never Split Difference is like when getting like during an interview, but you can also do this like when you are on the job, where you ask the person, what would it take for me to be successful here, right? And that way they're giving you the blueprint, and they're kind of like becoming your mentor in these strategies for success at that company in that position. Because you follow that advice, then it's just going to take you to the next step, right? So that's what I would say would be the low level IT roles. Qualifications, it depends on the role, right? It just depends on the role. You might need to know some if it's like a help desk, you might need to know some Windows stuff, maybe have some type of Windows certifications. I would say, J-Dub, that the number one thing that you want to do is we'd have to research those different roles, right? And based off that research, then we can see, okay, what do I need any particular certifications? Do I need to take any particular courses? And that way you can build a blueprint and see, okay, what exactly do I need to do for I can get into this particular type of role? And maybe while I'm doing getting those qualifications, maybe I can work in a company that is where I might not be in the IT department yet, but I do have a pathway into the IT department, right? So that's what I would say, based on my past, based on my experience, based on how I would strategize as well to get into there, right? So hopefully that helps, and hopefully that answers your question.
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.